Hey everyone, welcome back. I am going to do a quick demonstration. I am broke in my real world wallet, meaning like my Visa, debit cards, all that good stuff. Everything is in my personal AIW wallet. So what I'm going to do now is demonstrate how I go ahead and transfer some of that into the real world so I can have some play money. And yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So as you can see, this is my Cash app. There's only 14 cents available there. So I'm going to come into my wallet. Here it is. I'm going to sign in. Boom. There we go. All right. Perfect. So I'm not going to show you my Bitcoin because that's private. But what I am going to do is show you my Monero because that's where my free money flows for my AIW. So there's around 488 bucks, 1.185, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, my intent is to go ahead and send me around, I don't know, let's say $165. And I want to use Simple Swap, right? So, okay. So my request is simple. Let me go ahead and actually choose my local model. Oh, it's already there. Beautiful. So I'm going to go ahead and send that. As you can see, my request is very simple. I'm saying use Simple Swap and send $165 worth of XMR. And I gave it my Bitcoin address. So I give it this address here. So as you can see, there's only 14 cents there. So when this transaction gets approved by me and completed, it would pretty much go through the whole entire process of creating a swap through the market, um, and doing the heavy lifting, converting it, sending it, all of that good stuff, right? So the AI is actually going to take care of that for us, the White Rabbit. We don't have to do anything other than ask it for it, and that's already done. And what I did. Now, because I am using a local model, I do want to say that that's all going to depend on your hardware, how good it is, and how effective it is based on the model that you choose. I chose the 14B because it's very effective, although you do sacrifice a little bit of speed based on my hardware. But I rather it be effective than just fast, right? So I can choose a lower model, which will be faster, but it's probably not going to be as accurate as I want it to be, especially with my money. So we're going to go ahead and be patient. The first message usually takes a little bit, and the reason why is because when you interact with the AI for the first time, it actually sends a ton of different things to it to preload it, just to make sure that it knows about your wallet, it knows about your addresses, your balance, just everything is very knowledgeable and knows about Monero realm entirely. So you can ask it direct questions about anything XMR related, and it'll actually be very efficient in answering it as opposed to a generic AI, which would honestly take a lucky guess. And I don't know about you, but when it comes to my money, lucky guessing is not something I'm very comfortable with. So I'd rather rely on effectiveness. This is what I built. So here it is. In all its glory. He's going to expand that there for us. Gotta sneeze. Patience is key with these local models. All right. I'll fast forward through all of this. Oh, there it is. It's answering. Let's calculate the amount of XMR needed to get at least $165 in value and add a 5% buffer for fees, slippage. Now, why that's important is because let's say you're sending a transaction to somebody where you bought something, right? Like you're trading services for goods or whatever the case may be. You want to make sure that they on their end get exactly what the purchase price was agreed upon. And a lot of times it's not going to be an exact amount in coin, it's going to be an exact dollar figure amount, right? So, for instance, if you buy something for $15 and you send $15 worth of Bitcoin because at the time it's $15, there's going to be slippage in there, so the price fluctuates, and then there's also fees associated. So, by the time they get it on their end, it's not going to be $15, even though that's what they purchased. So, I think it's doing a disservice to the person that you're sending money to. So went ahead and calculated how to best approach that, and it looks like a 5% buffer is really nice. I usually get the exact amount, not usually, I get the exact amount minimum, so 100 and whatever it is, and then a little bit extra over, like a couple change, like 17 cents or something like that. So that way, based on the fees and everything like that, I get the amount that I'm actually asking for. So as you can see there, it's doing some math that usually the user would have to do. Again, I've only sent that one response or one request. My apologies. So it looks like 0.4197 is going to be the amount we're actually going to deduct from our wallet here in the XMR. Now, it's saying that the best rate is coming from Stealth EX, and it looks like we do meet the minimum. So even though I said use simple swap, it still looked for the best rate because at the end of the day, we have different exchanges at our disposal. It's just that I know personally right now the app is not converting it, so it fails and it just chooses simple swap as the next best option. So I was trying to be slick and say just use simple swap in the beginning, but I did make it so that it finds the best rate when it's doing these transactions with the exchanges. So that way the user is getting more bang for their buck, right? So as you can see, StealthEX is having issues with their API. So I'm gonna fix it on my end. I don't think it's StealthEX at all, but it's gonna automatically choose Simple Swap as the next best option, as I stated. So just gonna be patient and wait. I'm gonna scroll down just so you can see something really cool. So see right here where it says send funds, how everything is just in step one or whatever. Watch how cool it is once I actually confirm the transaction. It technically goes through this process without you having to go through it. Pretty cool. You can use the White Rabbit AI to go ahead and handle things for you, or you can do it manually. Up to you. I love the AI Rabbit that I built, so I use it consistently. I don't even use the wallet manually. I tested it manually to make sure everything works, but um, what sets this apart, in my opinion, is definitely the White Rabbit. So I use it consistently. Okay. So the order has been created successfully. It's going to ask me to go ahead and approve it. Yep. So 0.4197 is what's going to be deducted from my account. So we'll see that here in red, like this. And on my end, in Cash App, I'm going to receive around that much worth of Bitcoin, which is approximately $165 worth. give you the link of where you can monitor that swap, at least the request, because it creates the request whether you approve or not, just because that's the way that works, right? Without the request, it can't really give you an approximate amount. So it creates the request, and if you don't do anything on your end, nothing happens. Or I think the request expires in 24 hours on their end, and then that's it. But if you approve it, they'll patiently wait for that transaction, and then they'll do their part. Perfect. And here's the confirmation. So I'm going to go ahead and confirm. And it looks like the transaction went through successfully. And this is the cool part I told you about, that it automatically goes through this without you having to do it manually. So there you see, it's already sent. Here's a transaction in orange because it has not been confirmed yet, but you can see all of the transaction here. You can either view the swap itself through the link, or you can view the Explorer. So let's go ahead and do that. And here it is. Good luck dissecting that. And we just wait here patiently. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this here just up and running. I am going to step away, take care of some business, and we should see an incoming transaction here. I'm not even going to move it from here because this is where we sent it. So right now there's 14 cents. At some point, it's going to have to update. We'll be back. do a quick check on the confirmations on the wallet. I did one confirmation. Remember, it needs 10 in order to go ahead and complete the transaction. Once it reaches 10 is when the Bitcoin transaction will start taking place. So again, you just got to be patient and it happened. I will go back to Bitcoin, not Bitcoin, Cash App, and we'll wait there. There we are. BRB. All right, I did get my Cash App notification on my phone saying that it received it. Let's go ahead and go to activity. There we go. Pending $167.28. So a little bit over, never under. So if we click here, we can actually check it on the blockchain. And this one is a lot easier to dissect. So as you can see, we're going to confirm this one really soon. So going back to Bitcoin, and we should see that increase from 14 cents to plus 14 cents, you know, minus the amount I just said. I mean, plus the amount I just said. I forgot it was like 167 something. I don't know. It fluctuates. So it doesn't really matter. We'll see. BRB. All right. I am getting word that we have received our Bitcoin. So there it is, 167.25 plus. Let me go back to Bitcoin and 167.38. So that completes the transaction. Let's go back to the wallet and see how many messages did I have to send to do all of that stuff. Looks like I just had to send one and it did everything for me. You can see here there are 7 confirmations. Oh, nice. It didn't even wait for the 10 confirmations. That's awesome because it usually waits for the 10 on XMR for you to have that available. As you can see, it's still locked. 3 more blocks to unlock. So that is awesome that it didn't have to wait for that. And we got our Bitcoin in our Cash App. So now I can sell however much I want and have that um, readily available for me to spend with my Cash App card. So pretty awesome. I'm going to do another session later on with the LLM model that's not local, so we can see the speed on that one. We're going to actually choose Anthropic and do the exact same thing. We're going to send ourselves some monies and watch the whole thing live and transact. Thank you so much. You've been a pleasure, and I hope you enjoyed. See you later.